All right, welcome back, everybody. We are at part 2 of Uncut Hoops. What is this called? Why LeBron James is not the GOAT 2011 edition. If you didn't watch part 1, I highly suggest watching yesterday's video. All that being said, shout out to everybody. I appreciate you guys. Welcome here. Hope y'all are staying cool. And round 2, fight.
Honestly, I'm a two-way player.
That's what's right there from LeBron James.
Right out of the gate. Okay.
It's completely unexplainable. As defensively, this guy could do nothing, but offensively, I have no idea what happened. Unlike other games where he had bad shooting nights, couldn't make a shot, in this game 4, he was refusing to shoot the basketball, playing hot potato routinely. This right here, quite literally, is a moment of the lights being way too bright, as LeBron in the fourth quarter took himself out of the moment, removed himself from the play.
He did all those great things fourth quarter against the Celtics and the Bulls a week before that.
Yeah, but that was not on the ultimate stage. And
it's a pretty big stage, Max. It was a pretty big stage.
Sure, and he'd come through on big stages before, but that's not the ultimate stage, and there is a difference. You know, here there was a no excuses situation. He had a cast that was capable of winning the championship. Look, they could have won that thing in 4 or 5 games. And largely as a result of his shrinking kind of play in the fourth quarter, guys, he wasn't passing the ball to the open man. He was getting rid of it as fast as he could.
Hot potato.
In baseball, you can slump. In baseball, you could throw up an 0 for 20, even if you're the greatest guy in the world. We've never seen it in that sport.
Guys, and the other thing about Michael Jordan is that ship has sailed. But Jordan, never in his career, ever, would you know what up. I don't know if I can use the word on radio. You know what up. 6 straight fourth quarters in the finals.
AKA MJ didn't choke. MJ won or he lost. He never choked. LeBron is the choke for a reason.
For a superstar player, top 3 player in the world, that right there is inexcusable. Can he go 0 for 5 a bad shooting night? Of course you can. That's bound to happen.
I mean, the funny thing is, in like the 80s or the 90s, if somebody like LeBron got exposed that he's going to choke when he has too much pressure, then no one would give him a big contract anymore, and he would be a role player if he wanted to be. You go fit into a system, be a role player, help out somebody who can deal with the pressure, get to the finish line, and you have a legit career for you. But they would have given up on a guy being the man if he kept choking year after year like LeBron did. I'll never understand it. It's 2026 at this point, and people are still like thinking LeBron is the one who needs more help. Like, it's not, I don't know. It's not about what LeBron could do. It's about what everybody else should do for LeBron so LeBron can win. Still so weird.
But what can't happen is you mentally checking yourself out, removing yourself from the game. LeBron in Game 4 did that really post the first quarter, and the fourth quarter was content standing in the corner and not being involved with anything. And still looking at the fourth quarter, here's what makes it 10 times worse. The choke shot, much more egregious. Unlike Game 2, Dallas' comeback, where the offense is rolling, in Game 4 the offense was pitiful and it stunk. As the fourth quarter of the Heat, they shot 31%. Dallas was even lower than that. And look at the 2 best players, the entire game could not hit a shot. Dirk and Curry combined were a pitiful 12 for 34 shooting. And look,
JT not the GOAT that
Dirk,
day.
31%, out of the entire playoffs, his worst of the postseason. And add on to that, he was playing sick and under the weather. When you take all into account, Dirk being sick, their 2 best players being bricks, and the fourth quarter offense being terrible, how Miami lost this game is actually pretty remarkable.
Chalmers. Haslam wide open. Haslam knocks it down. Chalmers with another nice setup. His 6th assist of the night.
This is the game where we found out from Jason Terry that there was actually a conversation. Like, Dirk was like, there was like a 50-50 chance Dirk wasn't going to go in that day to play this game. So I got to give him a little bit of props, even though he played bad, for actually going out there and leading the team, despite the fact that he was feeling that bad.
I tweeted with like nine minutes left or something. Miami was up 9. Dallas caught a timeout. They were beaten in the huddle. And I was sitting behind their bench. I was like, wow, this is over. This is done. And it really wasn't a reverse jinx tweet. It worked out that way. But at that specific point, I thought that series was over. I would have bet anything.
For Dallas right now being tied 2-2 in the series, it's a complete miracle. In reality, it should be 3-1, and at the absolute worst, it could be 4-0, a complete sweep. But why it wasn't a sweep by the Heat were up 3-1 was in fact due to LeBron James. As looking at his fourth quarter play for 3 straight games, it was abysmal. LeBron in his fourth quarters, 4 total points. Turnovers, 5, 1 of 8 shooting, and from deep, 0 of 4. LeBron in these 3 games combined played a grand total of 34.5 minutes. Out of either side, the most fourth quarter minutes in the entire series. In back-to-back fourth quarters, did not sit out for a single second. And still stay on game 4 for 1 second, one more thing I do want to highlight is that Chris Bosh Dwayne Wade this game brought their A++ game, whereas Dirk and Terry, like I said earlier, brought their D-.
Wait. Dude, I'm having Mike Bibby? They had Mike Bibby too?
Their A++ game, whereas Dirk and Terry, like I said
Am I tripping? That was Bibby, right?
earlier, brought their D- game. Wade and Bosh's game combined had a grand total 56 points. D-Wade had 32, Chris Bosh had 24. That right there is all-time production. For some context, looking at Jordan's best teammates, Scottie Pippen 91, his career high in the finals, was 32 points. For Scottie's finals career, his only game cracking 30. And look at Horace Grant, his finals career high. When it came, was 93, where he had 24 points.
Crazy.
Now, why is that important?
I mean, why is that important to me as a Suns fan? Because in 93, the guy who was supposed to be guarding him, Horace Grant, was Charles Barkley. Charles, how'd you get cooked for 24 by Horace Grant? What the hell?
Pippen and Grant's career highs came in 2 different seasons in 2 different series. LeBron in Game 4 got both those in a single game. And guess what? He still couldn't win. The offensive help LeBron had this series was simply off the charts. And look at D-Wade, especially games 2 through 4. This guy was otherworldly. His scoring average, 32.3, and from the field, above 60%. Game 2 had 36, and Game 4 dropped 32. If you look at someone like Pippen, who yes was a great player, him in the finals cracking 30 only happened 1 time in 1991. For Mike's so-called wingman's number 2,
and MJ averaged 30, I do believe, or slightly over 30 in the finals.
He didn't get a 30 ball
Average.
for the rest of his finals career, 92 to 98. LeBron games 2 through 4 got 2 of those almost back-to-back. And guess what happened? He lost both games. During this comparison, looking at Pippen versus Wade, even Bosh versus Grant, I'm not downplaying those 2 guys when they contributed to the Bulls. Because of course those players, big-time parts of the Bulls' infrastructure. But of course what I am highlighting is D-Wade 2011 and Chris Bosh 2011 were simply on another level. And I'll hammer it home with his last stat. In Michael Jordan's playoff career, he played a grand total of 179 games. Out of those games, only 2 times ever, he had a teammate at 32 or more points. Dwayne Wade in 2011, for the entire playoff run, at this point on 19 games, had cracked that mark 5 separate times.
That's why the summary of the GOAT debate is LeBron James needed more help, and MJ didn't. That's the difference. Yep. No matter what, LeBron James always needs more help. MJ, nah. We'll make do with what we got. We'll win anyways.
First, Boston at 38, Dallas 36, Boston 34 again, Philly 32, and Dallas 32. D-Wade in this playoff run had 2 separate series of multiple 32-point games. And MJ's entire career had 2 of those games combined over a 15-year period.
Well, now you're in for it because the whole world, unfairly to me and laughably, is going to expect you to be Michael Jordan come NBA Finals time when Michael went 6 for 6 in MVPs in the finals. And he's not capable of doing that.
Top to James.
No.
James.
That's the thing. Nobody is. It's not just LeBron James. Nobody is. But LeBron's the only one who's dumb enough to say it. But like he's the only one full of himself enough to say, I'm better than Michael Jordan. I'm the greatest of all time. He's the only one crazy enough to do it. Everybody else knows this ain't possible, man. And if it is possible, it's like, 0.00011% chance anybody could do what the hell Michael Jordan did. But this guy wants to pretend like he did it. And he didn't. We watched him choke.
Fake strides, pull-up jumper.
You are not him. You are not him.
Now, look at Game 5 in Dallas, a critical Game 5 pivot point in the series. The winner of Game 5 most likely is winning the finals after going up 3-2. So in the case, both teams need this game desperately. And look at the Heat, how did they come out? With the worst game plan possible, trying to get LeBron involved with him being the guy. This in the first quarter.
But you see, guys, like a point I was making earlier, like, you know how now we would talk about, like, you know, whenever it's a playoff run, I'll point out a ton where they're hiding all the bad stats, or if somebody flopped, they won't show you the replay. You know, anything controversial, they'll stay away from. Back then, look at that. Big old highlighted in yellow, so we know. Right there in red, the good old McDonald's colors. Career playoff low. This is the way it's supposed to be, man. This is honest reporting at this point.
Trying to get LeBron involved with him being the guy. This in the first quarter did not go well, and Dallas off the jump up by 7 points. And look at LeBron James, typical LeBron James. The first quarter, 1 of 4 shooting, had an air ball. His only bucket was a breakaway fast break dunk that anyone could have made.
LeBron James coming off a head-scratching subpar performance. How will the King respond as the pressure turned way up? You didn't know the spotlight could shine this bright, did you?
James left-handed comes up short.
Yeah, yikes. That is indeed Bibby. Bibby, you should have shot that, man. Don't pass to him.
Opportunities.
Don't give that guy the ball.
James gets the pass. Shot clock at 5. Pulls up for the jump.
So they do to Bibby what they do to what LeBron does to everybody. Just turn him into a wing shooter. When he would have been a good playmaker for the team.
Jump shot.
Duck and cover.
Jump shot. Chandler puts it away. Marion goes right at James. Oh, nice spin move.
Okay. Hold on.
And cover.
Jump.
I like to be fair. I got to give him a chance here. This might have not been a bad pass. Hold on. Oh. I take it back.
Oh, nice spin move. Marion way off.
I tried,
and Wade
guys. I tried.
Down the other end. And
I try to be fair.
Already 4 turnovers for the Heat.
Son of a bitch.
Aaron.
So that right there in the first quarter for LeBron James, him kind of slumming out the gate and not playing well. And for Heat fans, this right here will get worse looking at Dwayne Wade. As Wade in the first quarter aggravated hip injury they'd had all postseason long. Right here looking at D-Wade's injury, this is no doubt severe, every time turning point in the game. And look at LeBron James, gotta step up, do your job, and carry your weight. And LeBron's credit next 2 quarters, kinda did that. As in total, 13 points, Bosh had 11, Mario had 9, and Mike Miller added in 5 points. With D-Wade being hurt and hobbled, LeBron and Chris Bosh no doubt carried their weight. But here's the big time question. The second and third quarter you could perform and play well. But in the fourth quarter, man. Could you keep it up?
What did I say in video 1? Keep him out of the fourth quarters. No!
This Heat team in the fourth quarter, they had a big 9-0 run to go up by 4 points. And right here, anyone's ball game. But post that moment, what happened? Another collapse, choke, and complete no-show. And looking at Dallas to close this game, a 17-4 run blew the doors off them to go up 3-2. LeBron's fourth quarter numbers, again, were pitiful. As in total had 2 points, 1 turnover, 1 of 4 shooting, 0 of 2 from deep, while playing the entire fourth quarter. And look at those numbers, 1 of 4 shooting. That one made shot was a field goal late, Tyson Chandler moved out of the way and conceded a basket. LeBron's stats this fourth quarter, hard to believe it, look better than his actual play. And that's one thing we see over and over again. LeBron's fourth quarter stats, yes, they suck, they're terrible. But looking past the numbers, the buckets he is getting are completely meaningless. And defensively, this guy's getting torched over and over again in the biggest
25% shooting, over man, these numbers are just crazy. You know how like sometimes I look at Jordan numbers and I'm like, there ain't no way, it's like 54 points and 12 rebounds and 5 blocks and 8 steals. And I'm like, just no. And 65% shooting or whatever. And I'm like, it can't be. This is the exact opposite, man. This is the anti-goat. Like, there's no way it was this bad. How?
This game of the season.
What do you expect from LeBron James tonight?
Well, he's got to play Stewart better defense because in the fourth quarter.
But he's a two-way player. His contributions are defensively. That's what LeBron said, though, right, Magic?
He allowed the shooter, Jason Terry, to score 8 points.
LeBron always ball watches, guys. He's still to this day, if you want to check it out, just watch him for a couple minutes. Defensively, part of the reason why he's so terrible is because instead of paying attention to what's going on away from the ball, which is where he's defending, his eyes are always watching the guy with the ball.
James back on Terry. And
then he gets caught by surprise.
The shooting percentage is extraordinary tonight. 56 for Miami, 56 for Dallas. Terry.
There he is again. You see how he got in a no-man zone here? He got in no-man zone because he starts watching ball. Hold on. Let me just back it up.
Shooting percentages extraordinary
right after
tonight.
this.
56 for Miami.
Okay. Now, right, from here on out now, okay? From here on out, he's just going to ball watch.
56.
Okay? He's no longer paying attention to any of the guys he's responsible for. He's going to stare at dirt.
For Dallas.
Oopsie.
Terry wide open for three. Bang!
Oopsie.
Trying to get
Let me yell at my teammates now.
Ball denial again from Heinzman. Shot clock at 5. Terry the drive out to Kidd. Kidd for 3.
Yeah, and why did Terry draw so much attention in here? Look at the way it's set up now. Okay, watch this.
Again from Heinzman.
Ooh, got you on the first dribble. All right, now he's gonna close in here, or he's gonna drive right to the middle of the basket. Everyone is gonna have to make up for LeBron, guys. It's just like what's going on now, or has been going on with the Lakers. Everybody now has to get out of position. Why? Because LeBron James just got burned.
Shot clock at 5.
Now what happens? You got a wide open shooter.
Terry the drive out to Kidd. Kidd for 3.
And once again, why? Because he got burned and everybody was just trying to compensate for him. Yep, I know.
Terry to Kidd. Nowitzki wants the ball.
Mistake
again. Excellent ball denial. Terry a long 3. Bang!
Okay, that was just a hell of a shot.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
For LeBron right here in 4 straight fourth quarters, he was an absolute ghost, a no-show, not involved whatsoever. And look at these games for a quick recap. Game 2 of the Heat played 15-point lead in the fourth quarter.
D-Wade's like, you dumbass, there's still 7.5 minutes, job not finished.
Game 3, LeBron James got carried. Game 4, up by 7, still lost. And Game 5 in the clutch, 50-50 game, they also blew that. What this series comes down to in its simplest terms is fourth quarter play, late game execution. And looking at LeBron this series, fell woefully short of meeting role player expectations. As in Game 2, 2 points, 0-4 shooting, 1 turnover. Game 3, 2 points, 1-3 shooting, 2 turnovers. Game 4, a donut, 0-1 shooting, and again, 2 turnovers.
Hold on. 2, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I love it.
Then of course Game 5, 2 points, 1-4 shooting, and 1 turnover. Doing this simple math right here, LeBron's fourth quarters had a grand total of 6 points, 6 turnovers on 2-12 shooting with a plus minus that was negative 16.
And I give like ball hand like facilitators crap if they get more turnovers than assists. I think that's terrible. And this guy can't even get as many points as turnovers.
Now, I'll keep harping on it. The overall stats he has, they suck. Both pass the numbers at the actual
It stinks.
game.
It stinks.
This guy defensively is a turnstile, and off ball was completely checked out. That right there in the box score, you won't see it.
Ball watching.
But you also won't see LeBron James late in games, running for the moment, not hunting his shot, wanting the big time shot. For guys like Jordan, Kobe, Bird, the upper echelon clutch players, they didn't make every game winner hit every big time shot in the finals. But what they did do was embrace that moment, the pressure of wanting the shot and not shying away from the moment.
I felt like Dwayne Wade was looking like, yo, this guy's doing this stuff again, and I got to do everything again. And he started dribbling the ball off his foot. No, I don't see it as a trust issue with Dwayne Wade. This was not Jordan passing to Paxson because the shot was open for him. This was LeBron saying, I just don't want any part of the pressure.
From Chandler.
Yep. That's
James,
it, you guys.
Pass deflected.
You can't make this stuff up.
James still scoreless here in the fourth quarter. He has 4 assists.
He's not aggressive.
He just does not want the ball, Magic.
He's passive.
LeBron feels that he doesn't want to disappoint those around him. And so if he takes...
Yeah, by doing so, he's disappointing everyone around him. Stop focusing on what you don't want to do. Start focusing on what you want to do. Why the hell are you here, LeBron? Freaking do it.
The shot and misses, he's let his guys down. But if he never takes the shot, he hasn't failed. And that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, and instead he just like hesitantly drives to the basket and gets called for a charge because he's in no man's land and his brain is in no man's land. Just get out of the game then if you don't want to do harm. You sit out and you let somebody else take your place. That's truly doing no harm at that point. But if you're out there being a jackass and causing harm to your team, might as well shoot the damn ball.
Now, also one more thing I do want to harp on.
Disgusting. Disgusting. You guys, disgusting statistic. Oh my God.
LeBron's Game 5 production, an abysmal 17 points. Compared to Game 4, doubled his total, but still a below average game. And look at his two superstar teammates. Dwayne Wade on one leg outscored LeBron. Chris Bosh, the third fiddle, also outscored LeBron James and outplayed him.
Look at that bench.
This game, an absurd 40 points.
Yeah, those minimal players, they're the reason why we lost. Those minimal players. Look at them, man. Look at them working their asses off.
Offensive help and
playing
defensive
for the love
help.
of the game.
We're enough to win this game. He plays average, typical LeBron James. So looking at that point total, 17 points, being outscored by Wade and Bosh. Let's put it in context to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's finals career, the first three-peat, was scored one time by a teammate. That was in 91 where Pippen outscored him by measly 2 points.
Nice.
Look at the second three-peat. It only happened 2 times. In 97 where Pippen had 27 points, Jordan had 26. Then again 98 where Kukoc had 30, and Michael Jordan had 28. So looking at Jordan's finals...
And also a difference between LeBron and MJ is MJ would have welcomed that, you know? Scottie Pippen scoring 30 points in a game, they'll celebrate that one, man. Like, that's great. LeBron get insecure. LeBron would get insecure about that stuff. MJ would get right there on the podium and like immediately give Scottie Pippen like total props. Like, man, he really, blah, blah, blah. Scottie Pippen, he's that guy. Yeah.
His career only 3 times, he outscored by a teammate. LeBron's finals career so far, over 2 series, have been outscored absurd 7 different times. And look at games 3, 4,
and that's 2 NBA finals.
4, and 5. LeBron for 3 straight games outscored by multiple teammates. And Jordan's career multiple teammates never outscored him, not once. And the finals like I showed you happened very, very rarely with a 35-game sample size. Now let's take it one step further.
And the reason I said in 2 finals, because it was 2 finals for LeBron that already happened, versus Jordan's 6 finals.
This 3-game stretch of 17 points, 8 points, and 17 again. LeBron 3 straight games scored 17 or less. Looking at Jordan's playoff career, in 180 games, only twice hit 17 points or lower. And looking at these 2 games, what's one thing we have to know? The first game is 1989 versus the Knicks. The next game, 7 years later, in 1996. Looking at those 2 games right there, it's a 104-game gap from one 17-point game to the next game. That for Jordan's career is some very important context. As looking at LeBron, games 2 through 5, he couldn't go 104 hours on 3 straight games, 17 points or fewer. And looking at his averages, imagine Mike in the finals putting up these figures. 14 points per game, 4 turnovers, 38% shooting, 9% from deep, and from line at 70%.
Yeah, just like this, if MJ did that in the finals, we would still be talking about it to this day as one of the things that might, disqualify him from being the finals. Or I'm sorry, for being the GOAT. We would have that conversation. But yeah, we never seen anything like this from him.
This is what LeBron James shoots from the field in the playoffs. It was like 57% or something like that. They said this is what he shoots, and they circled it outside of 15 feet.
Yes.
Chalmers James tries another 3. James up and under, off the mark. On the perimeter, at least, Wade kicks it out to James. James puts up a 3.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Have guys who are 25-point scorers become 17-point scorers in the finals. That never happened.
Somebody that I know in NBA circles said that the book on LeBron has always been, if you could just keep him from getting to the rim, he will eventually just give up and not have a plan B.
See, you guys, it's not just me. It's never been just me. I just remember. Like, that's the only difference. I remember, and I've been watching, and it never got fixed by LeBron. This is already 4 years into the strategy. Let him shoot out. Just make him shoot. Do not let him get to the basket. Trap him if he gets into the lane. Do we bully him back out there to take jump shots? Not me. It's coaches, it's players, it's analysts, it's everybody saying the same thing. That was the strategy, and it still works to this day.
I think all of that, I think the pressure, it being his first year in Miami, I think everything just kind of snowballed. The scouting report, how dialed in we were, the pressure.
For Michael Jordan's playoff career, yes, he wasn't perfect, wasn't great every single game. Nobody is. But looking at Jordan's duds, they're few and far between. Looking at Jordan's entire playoff career, only 6 times was he held under 20 points.
I mean, I'm willing to say this, like, just openly, just because I've seen them all, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some statistics can prove me wrong on this one, and I welcome you to do that in the comments. Go ahead. However, I'm going to make a statement. Michael Jordan, just like any other human, has had good games and he's had bad games in the playoffs, right? I don't think Michael Jordan has ever had a bad playoff series. The one that people like to point out would be like 95 against Orlando. Guys, if you look at his numbers, he played great. I don't think he's ever had a bad series.
Only 6 times. LeBron pre-championship, 06 to this finals, under 20 points, 13 different times, double Michael Jordan his entire playoff career. And look at the finals, the biggest stage. Jordan's lowest scoring game was 22 points for the Sonics in 1996. In Jordan's finals career, his 23rd career game. Looking at LeBron's finals career, 10 games in, he hit under that mark a staggering 5 times. As for his Dallas at 8 points, the Spurs 14, 17 twice, and then 20 yet again.
LeBron James has been held under 20 points in 3 straight games for the first time since March 2004. What was 2004, Roby?
Wasn't that his rookie season?
So now looking at Game 6 down South Beach for the Heat, this right here is a do-or-die moment. Your back's against the wall. And look at LeBron in the first quarter, actually on fire, and his jump shot looked halfway decent. As in 3 was feeling it, and overall was 4 for 4. Looking at LeBron in the first quarter, his jump shot, for the first time all series, was actually clicking. But here's the thing. Looking at LeBron's game, his jump shot, it's hot or cold. The first quarter, on fire, realistically, it's not going to last. As look at LeBron prior to this
First
game,
and thirds.
his jump shot overall was 8 for 34. The mid-range, 4 of 13, and from 3, 3 of 18. If you're Dallas Radiators and LeBron James hitting his jump shots early, you're not going to panic that much.
I mean, I get the strategy is to make him shoot deep balls, but even just like mid-range, 4 for 13. Basically, just don't let him get to the rim. Treat him like Shaquille O'Neal. Keep him away from the basket. Anything outside of the basket, let him do it.
If you're Dallas Radiators and LeBron James hitting his jump shots early, you're not going to panic that much. As LeBron time and time again will rest the mean by the 4th quarter.
Yeah, pressure.
In this game, that's exactly what happened. As opposed to that first quarter, is 1 of 5 shooting and 0 of 2 from deep to close the half.
And coming off pick and rolls and looking to get into the seam. James, not that time. Meanwhile, Mavericks back up by 1 as we come up to 2 minutes remaining.
He's like, do something. You see, that's a leader. By the way, D Wade is calling upon him. Like, no, you're not gonna just do this hot potato crap. Do something.
Hit backing off a little
Come on,
bit. Shot
do
clock
something.
down to 4.
All right, nope, give it right back to Dwayne Wade. Incredible. You can't make this stuff up.
See the Dallas Mavericks going into that zone, and it's keeping the Miami Heat on the perimeter. Jump shot after jump shot.
LeBron James made his first 4 shots, missed the next 3, but all jump shots. You satisfied with your defense against him?
Well, we got to try to keep him and Wade out of the paint. And then, when the ball goes up, we got to get it off the board.
Shot clock at 7.
You guys want to know why LeBron James never wants to play off the ball, and he didn't like this? He never did this whole thing again, because he can't knock down the shots. If you're gonna play off the ball, you don't have a job unless you actually knock down those shots at an accurate level. Just think Steve Kerr. Would Steve Kerr have had a job if he wasn't a knockdown 3-point shooter? No. If he averaged 25% from 3, he would never see a minute of basketball time.
James.
But LeBron James being a facilitator, he gets to blame everybody else for missing shots.
2 to shoot. James gets inside. Short.
Look at this shit. Makes me want to puke.
My God. What is that smell?
Yeah.
Here's one big-time trend I noticed that's been repeating all series. When D-Wade's off the floor, Miami's offense goes completely sideways. And look at this game in the second quarter, that happened almost immediately. As LeBron on the court in the second quarter was an absurd -10. Now, D-Wade comes back. What happens immediately? Miami gets out, they're running, getting buckets, a run of 16-1. For LeBron in the first half, post-first quarter, he really did nothing. As the next 30 minutes, only had 5 points, 3 turnovers, was kind of a ghost offensively. And again, look at those plus-minus stats in the second and third quarter. LeBron's plus-minus was a -17, the worst any player overall in both quarters and in total. And look at Wade and Bosh. Dwayne Wade is a +7. Chris Bosh is +3. That first quarter from LeBron James, him getting his stats early, clouds how bad he was this game, how much of a negative he was to its offense as well as defense. Now, speaking of defense, Dirk versus the Heat was getting clamped down, as in the first half, an abysmal 1 for 12 shooting.
Wow.
But looking at someone like Dirk right here, he's the anti-LeBron James.
Yeah, I know. That's why LeBron's the anti-go, because it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. But with LeBron, it's just how you start. Just don't pay attention to how it all finished.
As in the third quarter, what did he not do? Fade in the background and recoil into his shell, as during the third quarter was hunting a shot from the jump. And what happened? He found his rhythm, found his groove, and eventually got things going. I think in the second half, Dirk compared to the first half.
5 for 8 in the fourth. There it is. Yep. Welcome back.
Was a complete 1-8, having 18 points on 8 of 15 shooting.
James on Terry. Terry to Nowitzki. Nowitzki, open jump shot, knocks it down.
The contestant come back, not leak out.
Nowitzki lays it in with the left hand. Plenty of contact there.
My thing was, okay, if I take a sip of my Diet Coke at the right moment, we'll score. And if I take my Diet Coke and put it down the exact right spot, that will get a stop.
I've been there. I've been there when the New York Giants were against the Patriots both times in the Super Bowl. I was so superstitious every step of the way. I actually forced myself to watch it by myself. Like I couldn't be around anybody else. I was like so superstitious about everything. But guess what? They won both times, so I don't know. Man.
Chandler brings it back out. Nowitzki on the pull-up. Puts it in.
What did I just do?
Nowitzki puts it up. Puts it in. Dirk Nowitzki makes it a 10-point game. Nowitzki, left hand, lays it in. And it's 103-92.
Game.
Bitches.
Blouses.
Oh, I thought he said game,
that right there
bitches.
Dirk Nowitzki personifies greatness and personifies not.
Dude, those Prince stories are freaking amazing. They're freaking amazing. Like, you guys heard like the ping pong Prince stories? He just shows up, whoops some ass, and he just like vanishes. It's great.
Up and not being discouraged. As again, looking at that first half, couldn't put a beach ball in the ocean.
Assemble your
But in the
crew.
second half, remained confident, didn't shy away, and embraced the moment. Compared to LeBron in these finals, Dirk Nowitzki was the anti-LeBron James. And taking that off the court, Dirk also the complete inverse of LeBron.
Yep.
As unlike James, isn't a front runner who only talks when he's up.
Hey, this weather, man. Weather is crazy. It's hard to go from 85-degree weather and then go to 90.
They're making fun of the other team's superstar who has been killing them game after game. And that they are suggesting to me that Dirk was maybe faking or at least exaggerating his sinus infection. It's the
What they do, they poke the bear. The bear was weak. They should have just enjoyed the bear was weak. Then you got to poke it and piss it off, and the bear comes back and whoops your ass.
The only thing missing from that video was the confetti and the fireworks that they had before, they ever had a practice. Seriously.
Yeah.
And this is what people see when they see them.
LeBron James is 26, looks 36, and often acts 16.
Damn!
For LeBron right there to mock Dirk Nowitzki, imply he was faking an illness, faking being sick, that 20 years later is pretty rich. As looking at LeBron routinely, this guy fixed injuries like nobody else.
For sure.
And even look at 2010, the mysterious elbow injury. LeBron in this instance has no right to talk and is completely tone deaf.
It's hard to go from 85-degree weather and then go to 90.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
I let the emotions get the best of me and pretty much played the last 3 games with a broken hand, so.
He doesn't say I punched a wall because the emotions got the best of me. He said the emotions got the best of me, and then insert excuse. I played with a broken hand. Why do you have a broken hand? And where's the doctor to say you have a broken hand? Why you just have it in like a regular like sports wrap if it's a broken hand? Shouldn't we be doing like something else with a broken hand, like repairing it? Why do you just have a wrap? I've had wraps on bruises and injuries and stuff. That's like for compression, bro. That's for blood flow. Blood flow is not going to fix a broken hand.
I couldn't shoot the ball. I couldn't extend the ball.
That's it right there. We just say that. I can't shoot the ball. I can't extend the ball. It's time for me to retire, y'all.
I don't know where it came from. Right after the season, it went away. My ankle was the only thing that was kind of bothering me. Well, obviously bothered me.
Did you guys catch that? Right after the season, it went away. That's called pressure, LeBron. You're stressed out because you're under pressure and you choked. That's not an injury. That's pressure, dude. That's emotional. That's on the inside.
Later stage of the season, and never fully got back to before the injury.
Oh, boo! When you look through NBA history, the biggest finals upsets, Dallas versus Miami definitively is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, all time. I was looking at Dallas, like I said earlier, they're the old team, the chokers, who time had passed. This Heat team, in their prime, ready to roll, have been assembled.
That's a real one, by the way, man. Instead of Cleveland, this is for you. He wanted it so bad at first. Dirk just went right to the locker room, man. He went right to the locker room, cried, let out the emotions, and then he went out to celebrate.
Have been assembled for the sole purpose of winning a title and dominating the NBA. And speaking of domination, look at LeBron James versus Jason Terry. LeBron in games 4 through 6 was outplayed by a role player, a bench player in the Jet. Game 4, Terry outscored him 17-8. Game 5, 21-17. And Game 6, 27-21.
Beautiful.
Not to downplay Jason Terry, who's a very, very good player.
Yeah, but Jason Terry's not out there claiming to be the greatest of all time. That's why that's always why it's a thing with LeBron, because you always have that standard where you say, "Oh, you say you're the greatest of all time. Why did this guy just cook you?" It's just Jason Terry, Like Jason Terry is a good player and all, but he's not in Mount Rushmore or whatever of basketball.
He was never an all-star, and post-age 30, was always coming off the bench. If you're LeBron James in your prime, your apex, you have tons of help alongside you. Being outplayed by Jason Terry simply cannot happen.
Yeah.
In terms of a GOAT case, this right here, again, squashes all that nonsense.
Prime to perform. Magic, what do you expect from LeBron?
I'll give you a prime example. Actually, I don't even know if this works because he might have been an all-star at one point. You remember Terry Porter for the Portland Trailblazers? Well, 1992, could you imagine Terry Porter outplaying Michael Jordan in the finals? That's really what it would have been like, but it might actually not even be as bad as what we're seeing here, because I feel like Terry Porter might have made one NBA All-Star.
Tonight. I want to see him, Stewart, have some fun. Get into his defense, because the key is, can he stop Jason Terry?
Tell me he didn't just say that.
When looking at LeBron's defense at his peak, the chase down blocks, highlight plays, of course, are phenomenal. But look at the details, the little things, LeBron time and time again just comes up woefully short. This kind of rotation's always late, and off ball, just kind of aloof.
He's looking at the ball,
Stevenson,
man.
Inside to Chandler.
Where the ball?
Marion, that little push shot from Sean Marion. 9 to shoot.
Okay.
Marion.
Yo, that's not even Marion's game to take fadeaway jumpers like that.
Nowitzki, catch and shoot. Oh,
that's definitely Dirk's game.
The call there is Nowitzki with weight on him. Here comes James. Spotted it. Stevenson for 3. Knocks it down.
Always a wide open
What are
guy.
you doing? He's creating controversy, that's for sure. Marion, high pass to Terry. Good catch. Shot clock at 6. Marion, the scoop.
Nice take.
James is on Stojakovic.
Peja
hasn't played much, as Jeff mentioned.
I always forget. So happy Peja got that ring.
That's his first points.
I was a big fan of his when he was with Sacramento.
Close out to Jason Terry, allows him to get all the way to the cup, gets him going, and Terry lets him know about it, begins to talk.
Terry throws it up. Nowitzki backing in, double team.
Oh, beautiful.
Marion, the fake, spinning against James.
Dude, I never seen Sean Marion cook like this, man. He's not even doing pick and roll alley-oops. He's just cooking you, dude. He's having a field day with
energy and effort. Blow by defense, takes a picture.
So is Jason Terry. What'd you do, LeBron?
You got to get back into the
They're
thick
killing
of the play.
you.
Look to make plays in the paint.
You want to get in trouble, that's when you open up your mouth. Continue to
Ooh, man.
Broadcasting career.
Matrix looking like MJ.
Stevenson, that's a three.
Happen in transition, in a home run trot. If you want to win the ring, get back in transition.
Oh my God, his player's right in front of him the whole time. Dwayne Wade with the monster block to save his ass. The whole time, he had like 5 seconds to go, my player's in front of me. I was supposed to be defending. I'm playing defense on him. And he just let it happen.
Well, the last 2 games.
D-Wade, the best friend you could ever have.
Have been decided at the buzzer. Both 2-point games. Marion inside. Nice finish. Cardinal. Shot clock at 5. Marion's got to make something happen. Drive across the lane. Shot, he banks it in. All over 11 times.
Okay, I don't even know if that was bad defense. That was just a hell of a shot.
That's often how Miami gets their offense going in transition off turnovers. Marion, difficult
Beautiful.
shot. He puts it in. Fourth quarter.
Sean Marion. Y'all know I'm happy he won one.
The pass on point.
And J Kidd. I love this Mavericks team.
Please tell LeBron James the rules. Hand down.
Man down.
But wait, there's more.
And disrespectful. But we, at the request of Dirk Nowitzki, have not responded. He said, it's my issue. I will deal with it. He said, I in no way want to be a distraction.
And Miller the rebound. Rebounding numbers obviously so good. The key as they turn it over nearly.
Stevenson. Talk about hot potato. In the first quarter, LeBron hot potato now?
Able to come up with it. Good scrap from Stevenson. Sets for 3 and knocks it down. Kidd turns and fires. Jason Kidd from downtown.
Me 14, 15 minutes because this is what you dreamed of.
Terry high off the glass. 21 points for Terry.
I rest my case.
Yeah.
So LeBron's overall defense, it was putrid and debatably the worst thing about this series. Now look at the scoring, the raw points per game numbers. Leaders in the series, Dwayne Wade, 26.5. Dirk, 26. Bosh, 18.5. Terry, 18.0. And LeBron, 17.8.
You're going to be the greatest of all time, but you're not even like the best on your team. And you're not even better than the other team. But you're better than everyone in history? Huh.
Looking at LeBron this series, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 guys outscored him in this series, and one of those was Jason freaking Terry.
Yep.
For some added context, looking at Michael Jordan, his entire
a quick shout out to JJ Barrera, too.
His career not once, he was outscored by a teammate or an opponent. And looking at his overall career, 37 playoff series, no teammate ever outscored Jordan a single time. And looking at opponents, it only happened once in his first series ever versus the Bucks and Terry Cummings. That means Jordan, post 85, never outscored by a teammate or opponent in any series.
Yeah, and didn't he get outscored by like 1 point, I think it was?
LeBron won
rookie like first ever NBA playoffs.
Series alone had multiple times with Wade and Bosh, as well as Dirk and Terry.
Oh, he's joking.
He's joking.
He's joking.
For
He's pulling a
LeBron's
LeBron.
career 10 games in, I mean, it's a complete and utter cluster. And compared to Jordan off the bat, you're behind the 8 ball by a country mile. As looking at MJ in the finals, this guy from game 1 was damn near flawless. LeBron 10 games into his career had no iconic moments, and in reality had more dozen Jordan ever had for his entire finals career. And look at these numbers. 19.5 points per game, 4.7 turnovers, 42% shooting, under 3% from deep, and the line below 70. And that plus minus was minus 40. LeBron's series record in the finals was now 0-2. His win-loss record was an abysmal 2-8. Right here for LeBron James, his biggest problem compared to Michael Jordan isn't even the stats. The biggest problem right here is quite simple. This guy on the biggest stage had no aura of invincibility.
He can never get a shot off, man. He always does that thing, and he doesn't get the shot off, and then he yells about not getting a foul. Still doing it to this day. When it's high pressure times, he just finds a way to not even give. He doesn't even give himself a chance. Like, just get the ball up. Take the shot. It might actually go in, dude.
Michael Jordan post-91 had that in every single series. LeBron off rip never had it and never regained it.
Mark, overall, your thoughts on the Miami Heat and them falling short?
Well, very disappointed. You know, they put the pressure on themselves day one by saying championship or failure. Well, it was failure. With all due respect, didn't like the way they ended. When you have the two of the best three players in the world and you don't end up winning it all, terribly disappointed.
You bought all this stuff on yourself. So don't act there, get on TV and act like the world owes you anything.
Yep.
You guys had your parade. You guys said, y'all said that.
Yep, that's what you get for celebrating before it even began. You already had your party. You don't need to have another one. You already celebrated. You didn't even accomplish shit.
Nobody said, come on stage and dance around. Nobody said, we're going to win 5 championships. You guys did. So quit
Actually
whining
said 8.
And bitching like a little girl.
Oh! Charles, man. Charles in charge.
For LeBron's first finals in 07, him losing, to a lot of fans, they accepted it as him being too young and the Cavs not being good enough.
Not too young anymore. He was in his prime. Whatever. Yeah, now they say he's too old. So he was always too young. And then the day he was no longer too young anymore, he's too old. So that freaking porridge was never just quite right.
An excuse? Probably so, as LeBron in that series was abysmal. But comparing 07 versus 2011, the context of the series could not be more different. LeBron versus Dallas in 2011 was favored, had home court advantage, had help, and he chose to go to South Beach. In Cleveland, didn't choose to go there, had what he had. In South Beach, had tons of help, and he should have won. Look at the supporting cast in the finals of raw points per game. Versus the Mavericks, 74.5, and he still lost. So why is that important, that number, 74.5? Look at Jordan's finals, 91 through 98. The supporting cast only once cracked 70 points per game. When that came was Jordan's first finals. But look at the progression.
Yep. And the reason Uncut's showing you guys this is, if you remember, he blamed the supporting cast for why they lost. And just look at the screen, y'all. Look at the screen.
It goes from 70, 68, down to the mid-60s, then mid-50s, and rock bottom at 54.5.
Crazy. Yeah, that 98 season, it's funny because MJ actually wanted to continue playing and defend his title, but you'd look at that season and be like, dude, anybody else would want to retire after that. Like, nobody wants to carry that big of a load every year.
Jordan's supporting cast, compared to LeBron in 2011, was never as good as stacked offensively with more superstar players. And looking at Dwayne Wade in this series, having damn near 27 points per game, that right there, more help than Jordan ever had from a single superstar player. And look at that number, 26.5. That right there is a very important number, as looking at Jordan's teammates in the finals in any series ever, never cracked that mark, never scored that much for Jordan as a supporting cast player. And in fact, looking at Pippen, if he even scored 20 points, that for Mike was enough to win. As looking at Pippen with MJ, 10 separate times, did in fact crack 20 points per game. And look at those 10 series, what do you think happened? Michael Jordan's Bulls won a perfect 10-0, winning every series in 6 games or less.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect.
That right there from Jordan is the big-time separator. When he got help, one superstar player, even just one all-star player, he could not be stopped. LeBron versus the Mavericks had 2 of those guys and still fell woefully short. And look at the fourth quarter stats that sum it up perfectly. LeBron in fourth quarter points of series ranked 5th overall, tied with Mario Chalmers and Udonis Haslem. I'll repeat that, LeBron in fourth quarter points was tied with Mario Chalmers and Udonis Haslem. Looking at Dirk, more than 60, Wade 44, Terry 30, and even Chris Bosh had 23. If you're a so-called GOAT best ever player, that simply cannot happen. So that right there is in the video, and I'll say one last thing. Look at LeBron's stretch 07-2011, that 5-year window. This guy, how he was losing, was completely and utterly embarrassing. As numerous times the favorite supposed to win, and other times wasn't favored, but played so bad, you simply can't overlook it. For LeBron's legacy compared to Jordan, that right there is the big time difference. In 2011, what do you do that Michael Jordan never did? Loses the favorite with home court advantage. MJ in the playoffs, the higher seed home court advantage is a perfect 24-0. And the finals was 4-0. LeBron by year 7 had also the home court 3 straight times. 09 versus Orlando, 2010 versus Boston, and of course this series versus the Mavericks. So what does that show you right there? Just because you're the favorite doesn't mean you always win. Well, that's the case unless you're Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the greatest player of all time. As always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.
What a hell of a ride.
I'll see you next time.
What a hell of a ride. What a hell of a video. Damn, man. Guys, go check out Uncut's channel. Link is down below in the description. Go send him some love. This was a fantastic video. He asked me a while ago to react to this, so I'm glad we're finally doing it. And guys, there's not much else to say at the end of this. I mean, at the end of the day, it's pretty simple. LeBron James, no matter what, will always need more help because he can't get it done. He can't do his part. Michael Jordan made do with whatever teammates he had, whatever situation he had. And yeah, guys, he got it done. That's all there is to it. I don't want to hear any other crap like that's just this reason or that reason, man. It's still happening to this day. You know, like what was it? They were favored last season against Minnesota, and they were the 3rd seed and they lost to the 6th seed. It happens all the time with them, so it's not new. It's not a surprise. It's not something that, you know, you could say. I've heard people say like, "Oh, you're still holding 2011 against them." Well, I wouldn't actually say that was the first time he ever went to the NBA Finals, and he was young. And yeah, he absolutely choked. But then after that, he showed supreme dominance and won, like, you know, the next 6 NBA Finals he went to. I would not be mentioning 2011, but guys, he's 4-6 in the finals. This was a problem that never got solved. It kept happening over and over and over again, and it's still happening to this day. So no, I'm not going to forget, because this is like the origin story of something that's still a nightmare to this day. So yeah, absolutely not. Anyways, I'm out of here. Guys, like the video on the way out, please, if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want more content like this. And most importantly is to be water, my friends. Stay cool out there.